I'm Al Thorne with the LA Clippers, and you're watching Sports Talk.
You're about to leave reality and enter the world of fantasy sports. And now from the Sports Center in Tallahassee, Florida.
Sports!
Hello there, good people, and welcome to Sports Talk. Rob Shaw, Lee Gordon, Rob Nucatola, the whole family is here because we have a very special event. Episode 75, my friends.
Wow, how does this happen?
There it is, number 2 for Mr. Gordon.
That's right.
Very happy about that.
But 75 for us.
My goodness, who would have thought this little show? You know what, though? We are officially out of Wayne and Garth's basement.
Yes, we are.
In the new
I
digs.
know, I liked it.
Yeah,
How about it?
nice
See? We wanted to impress Mr. Gordon. Did it work?
I like what you've done.
Okay. I appreciate that. We'd like to thank Home Depot for all of their help, as well as sign printers. They've done a fantastic job, as always. Jared Gennell putting this thing together for
Absolutely.
us. Good stuff.
Like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, that's right.
He should be.
I'd like to hold the Gator right now and also thank my sponsors for that. But I'll tell you what, folks, we have just a jam-packed show for you. We're going to cover all the sports in the world and also Major League Baseball opening day. We just enjoyed it a couple days ago. We're going to have all of that. But Sheena Smanaport does it better than I do. We'll go to her now.
Thanks, boys. Here's your batting order for this week's episode of Sports Talk. The Sick and Tired Report, brought to you by Massage Envy, will have your Sports Talk features, Sports du Jour with everything from golf to NASCAR, and the Sports Talk Weekend Preview. But first, the boys have the Players of the Week.
Brought to you by the Silver Slipper. Who's in the mood for a steak?
Thank you so much, Sheena. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on these days. And,
How about it?
Fortunately, baseball is back, the national pastime, the original of the fantasy sports, by the way, so it's very exciting there. Opening day was sensational as always. It should be a national holiday. We should just let us all out. Well, what, yours got rained out? I'm sure you have some.
It's not just mine that got rained out. It's got nothing to do with it.
I wish mine did.
We'll let you vent in a little bit,
Okay.
but first, wow, a Chicago fan, I know you are, and that was, I'm speaking like Yoda, by the way. I don't know if you just picked that up.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's my tears.
But
You
yeah,
need to be sponsored by Kleenex.
Agony and ecstasy for you, Elroy.
You say 75 shows, I say 100 years.
Yeah.
That's how we do. The Milwaukee Brewers, Eric Gagne, and they still win. The best part about it is they got a day off after their first game.
To let it
now,
marinate.
You know what they say in Chicago is wait till next year. Yeah. So after one game, we'll wait till next year.
Yeah.
We look forward to next season.
Look at him giving
This
up
season
already.
is already in the past. We look forward to next season.
You had a nice moment there.
great moment.
Just
The playoffs,
enough
I
to
think.
get you excited this
You know
this
what?
recent game.
Being a true Cub fan, the final result is irrelevant
There
to
you
the
go.
party you have.
There you go.
You got to have good tickets. You got to sit in the bleachers. The old style's got to be cold. And the best part, it's got to be a nice day. But you know what? When
You
it's
got 2
12
out of 3
degrees
ain't bad.
outside,
2 out of 3 ain't
hey,
bad.
You can't lose to the Brewers. You can't lose to Eric Gagne. They're 0-1. After one game, they get the bye week. Season's over. Let's move to 2000.
I wouldn't say they lost to Gagne. I think they kind of stuck it to him a little bit.
He's terrible.
He is.
He's awful. He's garbage.
His best days are behind
And
him.
there you have that.
Well, for a couple of weeks of last year, or really the entire offseason, I felt very much like a Cubs fan. It was very painful for me when the New York Metropolitans managed to go from 7 games up in 17 games to missing the playoffs, but that's exactly what they did. But good news, if we didn't have a subtle reminder of why this year's supposed to be different, it was the guy who was on the hill, Johan Santana. This guy is sensational. We're all talking about what the expectations are for him. I think maybe 22 wins. Some people are saying as many as 25, considering the difference of pitching in the NL versus the AL.
Feels to me like the man crush is back for you. You
Yeah,
pick a player every year
it's
to
Johan.
glom onto, and this year it's going to be Johan.
I was the original Johan backer.
okay,
The
fair
original
enough.
Johan backer. Before he was a Metropolitan, I promise you this. I was working at the Yes Network as an intern. I had a log highlight. By the way, you always wonder who are those people that do the scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
Right here.
That was
This
me.
man.
That was me about 6-7 years ago.
By the way, there were a lot of misspellings back then, too.
My apologies, but that wasn't on my watch, I promise you. All right, listen, I was watching a game and the Southpaw came out there, started throwing ridiculous heat, but the best part wasn't necessarily even the heat as much as the change-ups and changing speeds, having great location. The name Johan
Ball
Santana,
moving.
he was, I swear, I went up to the announcer's name is Fred Hickman, went up to him and I said, hey, this guy, I promise you, is going to be a star. I said
So
that,
he
I
was the
promise
scout.
you.
He's
I
the guy who
promise you.
discovered Johan.
Well, I'll give
And Fred Hickman's at ESPN now.
Yeah, he is. I didn't say that he was going to do that well.
No,
Fred
but
Hickman did it on his own.
everybody you're surrounded by them.
When we grew up, we used to watch Fred Hickman. It was Nick Charles on CNN back in the old days of sports television.
Discussion. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
May I vent
I'm
my
not done
issue?
yet. I'm
Oh,
still
you
talking
got
about
more?
Johan
Okay.
Santana. No, all right, fine. Go ahead. He's all yours.
Here's my problem, and this might be the meteorologist and me coming out. The little game I played on Monday was, let's run to the computer and figure out a forecast for all the cities that are going to have a home game. And let me tell you, they got some nerve making teams like Tampa go play in, where was that? Cleveland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, why? Why don't you play in Tampa? You do spring training in warm weather states and warm weather cities because that's baseball weather. To have games in New York, to have games in Cleveland, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, it's just a mistake. Don't put the games there. Major League Baseball, terrible job by you. You've got dome cities.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Toronto.
We had a nice game in Minnesota. It was snowing outside, but it was beautiful inside. You could have had a game in Toronto. It's a dome. You should have been playing in San Diego, in Texas, in Houston, in Miami. At least they got one city, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, first couple of weeks of the season, I know it's not fair that you start teams on the road, maybe a West Coast trip to start the season, but you know what? You got to go with what Mother Nature's giving you. She's not giving you good weather in the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, or the Northeast. So get out of there, don't play!
And the reason this touches him so much is the fact that it was supposed to be the last opening day at Yankee Stadium.
I complain about this every year, regardless of what my Yankees did.
No, they should have all the games early also. I don't know,
Yeah, the nighttime games. It's
the beginning of the year.
Out there.
Let's go, Chicago style.
120.
Yeah.
Break down the lights, let's go.
Do it Chicago style.
Maybe next year we'll have opening day everywhere in nice warm weather climates, and then later in the year, what they call weather cities.
Be careful what you ask for. We already had games played in Japan. They might next year maybe do it in Puerto Rico. So you got
yeah. At least it won't get rained out. At least it won't be playing in 12-degree weather.
That is a valid point. All right, well, I'll tell you what, also another concern for many people, injuries. Yeah, injury bug already
Injuries
biting.
happen frequently on hamstrings in cold weather.
There you have it. That's your medical advice from the Nuke, but also Tristan Sanders with a little more.